Hey guys, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to Rooted Living Homestead. So I had not originally planned on vlogging today. However, it turned out to be very different than I thought it would be today. It's, so you know, I've been talking about here in Oklahoma, we've had record number of days in a row that's been over 100. We've had no rain. It's been ridiculous. Well, last night, a very large storm, I say very large, it was a heavy storm. It was small, but it was heavy, torrential downpours, massive winds, and much needed rainfall. It felt so good. I think last night it dropped the temperature to like 70 something degrees, I think 77 or something. So today we woke up, we were just gonna do our regular school day, and I realized it was not getting much hotter outside. Right now I think it's only about 81 degrees, which is a huge change. It's actually raining. So we took a break from school and we're outside and letting the kids play in the rain because we just haven't had this, and I just love watching my garden get this fresh rain too. You can water all you want, but nothing is the same to your garden as the fresh rainwater that God gives us. And so I'm just really looking forward to my garden pepping up from all this heat. But all this to say, it really put me in the mood to, I need to be working on my fall garden. I went to a fall gardening class the other night here locally, and it was good, just reigniting some things I already knew. But as far as, you know, I still have time. We have a pretty good growing season here in Oklahoma, and I've still got time to get even another late summer harvest in. And then I need to be working on my garden for the fall. So I've never done a huge garden in the fall, but I've never paid attention to the times and all as I should have. So with this rain and the cooler temperatures, don't get me wrong, it is super humid and super muggy because it's still Oklahoma, but I welcome it over 108 degrees of dry heat. So I decided that I was in the mood, so I got out my seeds and I'm going through them, and I just thought maybe I'd just kind of film going through what I'm thinking about going ahead and starting. Some things I do realize I'm a little late, but I'm gonna give it a shot anyway because I just don't always go by the rule book on all these. I like to just kind of play around with things that do work for me and don't work for me. So I was kind of going over things for, you know, where we live at and what would be best, things that are very frost hardy, things that are not so much. Whenever I sit down to plan my garden, I always have what I consider my gardening Bible, which is my Baker Creek seed catalog. We love Baker Creek. It's where we get all of our seeds. They're heirloom, and they're just the best. They're a great company to work with, and I just love supporting a family-owned business. So I have that out, and so I'm just looking at some things. I'm gonna go ahead, and some of these things I know that I really should be planting by the plant, but once again, sorry, there was a wasp that just about flew in my face. Blooper. Some of these things I know that I should be planting by plants about right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and try and do them by seeds and see if I can't get them to work anyway. Our first frost date around here is around November 15th ish, so I still have plenty of time to get some of these things in the ground. So let's go through some of my seeds here and see what I have. Okay, so as I'm going through my seeds, I'm missing some, and I'm not sure how I misplaced seeds. So I'm gonna go dig through my freezer and my fridge. I normally keep them all in this certain packet, and I do store all my seeds in either my fridge or my freezer. They keep longer. I've kept them for multiple years at a time, and they work great still. They still germinate. But I'm trying to decide what I'm missing. I know I'm missing all my carrot seeds. Carrots and sunflowers. Things that are a must. So I don't know. I gotta go do some digging. Maybe I left them at my parents' house. I'm not sure. Anyway, all that to say, so here, out of the things that I can find, I'm gonna go ahead and try for another batch of. I'm gonna try for some tomatoes again. I know it's late, however. I have started, and I'm going to show you this here in a minute. I have found a way to kickstart planting tomatoes so that you're not having to do them from seed. So I'll show you that here in a minute. Otherwise, I'm going to try another round of bell pepper, lettuce, cucumbers. I'm going to plant some pumpkins. I had planted for an early batch, and a rabbit or something got them. Cilantro and some butternut squash, because we love sauteed butternut squash. And then like that, I will be planting carrots and sunflowers and all that stuff. I need to go see if I can find those. If not, I'll get an order into Baker Creek real quick. Their shipping is free and they ship out pretty quick. So let me show you my trick to planting tomatoes for this time of year. Okay, so we're gonna head over here to the garden and I'm gonna show you what you can do to help kickstart your tomatoes. Let me turn the camera around here. Okay, so do you see right here, see if that'll focus in, this branch right here, do you see how it's kind of coming out of what you call kind of like the armpit of a branch from where it Y's, and then it starts growing right there. Now this one I've let get too big. There are multiples that I have let get too big, but that's okay, because here's what you're gonna do. You're going to clip that off and you're gonna use that as a kickstart as your plant. Let's see if I can do it with one hand here. Okay, so I've clipped that off. He's a good sized little branch there. Then let me show what we're gonna do next to it. Before this, if you don't let them get too big, there are some that I've even let get way bigger than that. See these little ones? And they pop up so fast. You see that? They need to just be pinched off when they're little bitty babies. See that one right there? That needs to be pinched off, because what's happening is that's gonna suck all the nutrients from the rest of the plant, and it's not going to have a good place to send all of that nutrients. It's not going to let it be as concentrated in one area to help grow your fruit nice and strong. Okay, so after you take your suckers off, you're gonna go stick them in a jar of water and put them in your windowsill so they're still getting plenty of sunlight. Here are some that I took. These have probably been about a week and a half ago. They've been ready to plant. I just haven't gotten to it yet. So you stick in a jar of water, and within just a few days, look what happens. Look at all that rooted goodness. Each branch has sprung out, if you can see that. Look at all those roots. So now, instead of having to start from seed and wait until it gets bigger, you already have a plant, and this is multiple I just stuck in a jar together. And now I'm gonna take those and I'm gonna go ahead and plant them. Now you don't wanna go plant them straight in the ground, especially with the heat that we are having, but I'm gonna stick them just together for now, just to get them well established in the soil, into a big pot that I've filled full of good soil and some wood chips. And I'm gonna keep it on my porch where I can bring it in and out of the heat, but then it's still getting nice and good sunshine. Then once those harden off here, as soon as this heat breaks, I'm gonna put them into my garden, and I have a huge kickstart to my tomato plants.